My friend, let me tell you something. Life is going to test you. It's going to knock you down. Strip away things you thought you couldn't live without and force you to face the rawest version of yourself. But listen carefully. Your story doesn't end in the wreckage. Your loss isn't your identity. What comes next is entirely up to you. You are stronger than you know, and today I'm going to give you 10 lessons to rebuild your life after loss so you don't just survive, you rise. You create something greater than you ever imagined. Let's go. Life will throw challenges your way, sometimes in ways you never expected, never wanted, and never felt prepared for. Loss is one of those moments that shakes you to your core. It can feel like the ground beneath you has collapsed, leaving you stranded in a place of pain, confusion, and grief. But here's the truth. While you can't change what happened, you can absolutely control how you respond to it. And that response, what you do next, will define the rest of your life. Accepting loss is not about pretending it doesn't hurt. It's not about brushing off your emotions or suppressing your grief. It's about acknowledging reality, the pain is real, and there's no need to deny it. But dwelling on that pain, replaying the same thoughts over and over, staying trapped in the why did this happen to me cycle, that is what destroys people. That is what keeps them stuck, unable to move forward. When we suffer loss, whether it's losing a loved one, a relationship, a job, or a dream we held on to for years, the mind naturally wants to hold on. It wants to relive the past, analyze every detail, search for reasons, and sometimes even blame itself or others. This is normal. Your brain is trying to make sense of something that feels senseless. But at some point, you have to realize that replaying the past will not change it. The only thing it will do is steal your future. Think of it like this. Imagine you're driving a car, but instead of looking through the windshield, you spend all your time staring in the rearview mirror. What happens? You crash. That's exactly what happens when you live in the past. You stop making progress. You stop moving toward your future. The truth is, you cannot change what happened, but you can control what happens next. And that shift in focus is the key to rebuilding your life after loss. Acceptance means saying, this happened, it hurt, I don't like it, but I will not let it define me. It means recognizing that, yes, a chapter of your life may have ended, but the book is not over. You are still the author, and you have the power to write the next chapter on your terms. The question is, will you? One of the most powerful things you can do in times of loss is reframe your mindset. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Start asking, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? It might not be easy, and it won't happen overnight, but shifting your focus from pain to progress is the first step toward rebuilding. And let's be clear, accepting reality doesn't mean you have to like it. It doesn't mean you're okay with what happened. It simply means you stop resisting the truth, because resistance keeps you stuck. When you resist what is, you spend all your energy fighting something you cannot change. That energy could be used to rebuild, to grow, to create something new. People often fear moving on because they think it means forgetting. It doesn't. Moving forward doesn't mean you erase the past. It means you stop living in it. You carry the lessons, the love, the experiences with you, but you don't let them hold you hostage. You don't let them dictate the rest of your life. Every great comeback story starts with a decision. The decision to stop dwelling on what's lost and start focusing on what's still possible. You are not your loss. You are not your past. You are the creator of your future. And if you accept what's happened, but refuse to let it define you, there is no limit to what you can build from here. Your life is waiting for you. Are you ready to claim it? Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. When life hits you hard, when you experience loss, failure, heartbreak, or setbacks, your mind has two options. Let the pain consume you or transform it into power. The difference between people who stay stuck and those who rise stronger isn't what happened to them, it's how they rewired their mindset in response. Most people allow pain to define them. They replay the moment of loss over and over, reinforcing feelings of helplessness, anger, or regret. Their focus stays locked on what's missing, what went wrong, or how unfair life is. And when your focus is on pain, all you create is more pain. But the strongest, most unstoppable individuals take that same pain and use it as fuel. They shift their perspective from why is this happening to me to how can I grow from this? Your mind is the control center of your reality. If you believe your pain has ruined you, you will act accordingly. But if you believe that pain is shaping you into someone stronger, you will start making moves that reflect that belief. It all starts with a decision. I will not let this break me. I will use this to build something greater. One of the most powerful ways to shift pain into power is by changing the meaning you attach to it. Pain itself is neutral. It's the story you tell yourself about it that determines how it affects you. If you see pain as punishment, you will feel defeated. If you see pain as a lesson, you will feel empowered. The same experience can either destroy you or elevate you depending on how you interpret it. Think about the most successful, resilient people in the world, the ones who have built empires, transformed lives, and created massive impact. Every single one of them has faced adversity, loss, and hardship. But instead of allowing it to define them negatively, they turned it into the very thing that made them unstoppable. They took the struggle, the rejection, the heartbreak, and used it as motivation to rise higher. They let it fuel their hunger, their drive, their purpose. If you want to shift pain into power, you must train your mind to see challenges as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Every setback holds a lesson. Every loss carries wisdom. Instead of drowning in self-pity, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Maybe it's teaching you resilience. Maybe it's teaching you patience. Maybe it's showing you what truly matters in life. When you find the lesson, you take back control. Another key to rewiring your mindset is shifting your focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. If you focus on everything you've lost, you will feel weak and defeated. If you focus on what's still in your control and what's possible moving forward, you regain your power. You must consciously direct your thoughts towards solutions, growth, and new opportunities rather than dwelling on pain. Action is another crucial part of the process. You cannot think your way out of pain. You must move through it. The more you take action toward rebuilding, the more your mind starts to believe that you are not a victim, but a creator. Small steps matter. Whether it's building a new routine, pursuing a new goal, or stepping outside your comfort zone, each action reinforces the belief that you are still in control of your life. It won't happen overnight, and it won't always be easy. But every time you choose growth over despair, you strengthen your mindset. Every time you refuse to let pain dictate your future, you reclaim your power. And over time, that power becomes unstoppable. Your pain does not define you. How you respond to it does. Choose to turn it into your greatest advantage. Shift your perspective. Take control and build a life that proves your pain was never the end. It was the beginning of something extraordinary. You can have the best ideas, the most powerful intentions, and the deepest desire for change, but without action, none of it matters. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and not just any action, massive, purposeful action, the kind of action that shakes you out of your comfort zone, forces you to grow, and moves you closer to the life you truly deserve. Most people wait. They wait for the right moment, the perfect plan, or the feeling of motivation to magically appear. But waiting is the enemy of progress. If you sit around hoping that one day things will just get better, you'll wake up a year from now in the exact same place. Success, transformation, and personal breakthroughs don't come from wishful thinking. They come from relentless execution. When you take massive action, you stop thinking about what's possible and start making it real. You stop overanalyzing, doubting, or hesitating, and you start moving forward imperfectly, boldly, and consistently. That's the secret. You don't need to know every step before you begin. You just need to start. Purposeful action means you're not just busy for the sake of being busy. You're not doing random things hoping they'll work. You are strategic, focused, and intentional. Every move you make is aimed at growth, progress, and achieving a clear outcome. You're not just reacting to life, you're creating it. One of the biggest reasons people fail to take action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty. But fear only has power when you let it stop you. The moment you take action despite fear, you weaken its grip. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses, more capable than your doubts, and more powerful than any obstacle in your way. Taking massive action also means embracing discomfort. Growth does not happen in comfort. If you're not feeling challenged, you're not evolving. The most successful people in the world got there by doing what most people were unwilling to do. They faced rejection, they pushed through setbacks, and they kept going even when it was hard. That's what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. The ability to take action no matter what. If you want to see real transformation, you must adopt a mindset of urgency. Stop telling yourself you have time. Stop saying someday. There is no perfect time. There is only now. If something matters to you, act on it immediately. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Massive action also requires consistency. It's not about taking one big step and then stopping. It's about showing up every single day, putting in the work, and staying committed even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is what creates results. And here's the truth. Taking massive action isn't just about external results. It's about who you become in the process. When you push yourself, when you commit fully, when you take action even when it's uncomfortable, you develop an unstoppable mindset. You become the kind of person who doesn't just dream about success, you make it happen. So ask yourself, what is one thing you've been avoiding? One move you know you need to make but keep putting off? Whatever it is, start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Take the first step, no matter how small. Momentum builds when you take action, and when you keep moving forward with purpose, there is nothing that can stop you. Your past does not define you, your future does. Too many people live their lives looking in the rearview mirror, trapped by old failures, regrets, and pain. But the truth is, no matter what has happened before, you have the power to create a future that is bigger, better, and more fulfilling than anything you've ever experienced. The key is to stop dwelling on what was and start focusing on what's possible. Most people don't move forward because they're too attached to their past. They let old mistakes, heartbreaks, and missed opportunities control their mindset. They tell themselves stories about why they can't succeed, why they're not good enough, why things never work out for them. But these are just stories, and stories can be rewritten. You get to decide how your future unfolds, but only if you stop living in the past. One of the biggest obstacles to building a bigger future is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear that history will repeat itself. But if you let fear dictate your life, you'll never reach your true potential. You must decide that your vision for the future is more powerful than your fear, that your desire for success, growth, and fulfillment outweighs your doubts. Fear doesn't disappear, you just learn to move forward despite it. To create a future bigger than your past, you must get crystal clear on what you want. Vague dreams lead to vague results. What does success look like for you? What kind of life do you want to build? What goals fire you up inside? The clearer your vision, the stronger your motivation. You need a future so compelling that it pulls you forward, making it impossible to stay stuck in the past. But clarity alone isn't enough. You must take massive, consistent action. Dreaming about a better future won't create it, only action will. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, but the perfect moment doesn't exist. You have to start now, even if you don't have all the answers. Take one step, then another, and momentum will carry you forward. Your environment also plays a crucial role. If you surround yourself with people who keep you stuck in the past, who reinforce your old identity, who don't believe in your vision, you'll struggle to grow. You need to put yourself in places that challenge you, with people who inspire and push you to become better. Upgrade your circle. Seek out mentors, books, experiences, and communities that align with your future, not your past. Another essential part of building a bigger future is shifting your identity. Stop seeing yourself as the person you used to be. Start embodying the person you are becoming. Speak, act, and think like the person who has already achieved your goals. If you identify as someone who is successful, disciplined, and unstoppable, your actions will follow. Change starts in the mind before it shows up in reality. And remember, setbacks are part of the process. Your past may have had failures, but failure is not final unless you quit. Every great success story includes obstacles, struggles, and moments of doubt. What matters is that you keep going. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. Ultimately, building a future bigger than your past is about choice. You can choose to stay stuck in old patterns, or you can choose to rise above them. You can choose to let your past define you, or you can choose to redefine yourself. The future is unwritten, and you are the author. Make the decision today to create a life so powerful, so fulfilling, that your past becomes nothing more than a stepping stone to something greater. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The people you surround yourself with, the conversations you engage in, the habits of those around you, all of these influence your mindset, your actions, and ultimately your future. If you want to grow, you must intentionally design an environment that fuels your success rather than holds you back. Upgrading your environment is not just about where you live or work. It's about surrounding yourself with people, energy, and influences that push you to be better every single day. One of the biggest factors in your growth is the company you keep. Look around at the people closest to you. Are they lifting you up, challenging you, and inspiring you to go after your goals? Or are they draining your energy, feeding negativity, and reinforcing your doubts? The truth is, you will rise or fall to the level of those around you. If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, you will subconsciously adopt their mindset. But if you surround yourself with driven, ambitious, and positive individuals, their energy will pull you up to their level. Jim Rohn said it best: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to upgrade your life, you must upgrade your circle. Seek out people who inspire you, mentors, entrepreneurs, leaders, and high achievers who are where you want to be. Engage in conversations that expand your mind, challenge your thinking, and push you to grow. Find communities that foster success, whether it's in business, fitness, personal development, or any area you want to improve. Your physical environment also plays a major role in your success. Clutter, distractions, and a chaotic space create mental clutter. If your environment is disorganized, your mind will be too. Take control of your surroundings. Create a workspace that inspires focus. Keep your home free of unnecessary distractions, and set up routines that support productivity. Your environment should work for you, not against you. The content you consume is another key part of your environment. Every day, your mind is being fed information through social media, news, books, podcasts, and conversations. The question is what you're consuming helping you grow or keeping you stagnant? If you spend hours scrolling through negative news, gossip, or meaningless entertainment, your mindset will reflect that. But if you intentionally feed your mind with powerful books, motivational podcasts, and educational content, you will start thinking and acting differently. You will start believing in bigger possibilities for yourself. One of the fastest ways to upgrade your environment is to eliminate toxic influences. This can mean distancing yourself from negative people, setting boundaries with energy-draining relationships, or cutting out distractions that pull you away from your goals. It doesn't mean you have to cut people out completely, but you do have to be conscious of who and what you give your energy to. Every interaction either fuels your growth or takes away from it. Be ruthless in protecting your mindset. Another powerful way to shift your environment is by putting yourself in new, challenging situations. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. If you keep doing the same things with the same people in the same places, you will stay exactly where you are. Travel to new places, attend events, take on new challenges, and step into rooms where you feel like the smallest person, because that's where you will grow the most. Being in an environment where others are playing at a higher level will force you to step up. At the end of the day, upgrading your environment is about taking responsibility for your future. You don't have to settle for the circumstances you were born into. You don't have to accept the limitations of those around you. You have the power to design a life that pushes you toward greatness. Choose to surround yourself with energy that fuels your ambition, challenges you to level up, and makes growth your. When you do, success becomes inevitable. Pain is inevitable. Every person at some point in life experiences loss, failure, heartbreak, or struggle. But what separates those who stay stuck from those who rise is what they do with that pain. Some allow it to break them, to define them, to make them bitter. Others take that pain and turn it into something powerful, something meaningful. They transform their suffering into fuel for growth, impact, and purpose. That's the key. Your pain doesn't have to be the end of your story. It can be the very thing that leads you to a greater mission. When you go through something painful, you have two choices. You can let it consume you, or you can use it to create something valuable. The world's most influential people, leaders, entrepreneurs, speakers, and changemakers often have one thing in common. They turn their deepest pain into a driving force for their success. They refuse to let their struggles be meaningless. Instead, they use their experiences to help others, to push themselves further, and to become stronger than they ever imagined. The first step in turning pain into purpose is shifting your perspective. Pain is not just something to endure, it's something to learn from. Every struggle holds a lesson. Every setback has wisdom, and every challenge strengthens you if you allow it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? How can I use this experience to help others? When you stop seeing pain as a punishment and start seeing it as preparation, everything changes. Next, you must make a decision. Refuse to be a victim. Pain often brings feelings of helplessness, but the truth is you always have control over how you respond. You can choose to stay in a cycle of suffering, or you can choose to rise. Victimhood keeps you stuck, blaming circumstances, dwelling on the past, and waiting for things to change. But when you step into ownership, you take back your power. You decide that your pain will not define you, your actions will. Once you reclaim your power, the next step is to channel your pain into action. Pain without purpose is just suffering, but pain directed toward growth, service, and impact becomes one of the greatest forces of transformation. Some of the most powerful businesses, charities, and movements were started by people who experienced deep pain and wanted to prevent others from going through the same. They took their personal struggles and used them to create something bigger than themselves. If you've faced hardship, loss, or failure, ask yourself, how can I use this experience to create something positive? Maybe it's starting a business that helps others avoid the struggles you went through. Maybe it's writing, speaking, or sharing your story to inspire people who are facing the same pain. Maybe it's mentoring, coaching, or creating a product or service that solves a problem you once struggled with. Your pain has given you insight, experience, and strength that others need. Use it. Another powerful way to turn pain into purpose is to serve others. When you help someone else, you shift your focus away from your suffering and toward making a difference. It doesn't mean your pain disappears overnight, but it does mean you're no longer controlled by it. Service gives pain meaning. Whether it's through mentorship, volunteering, building something impactful, or simply being a source of inspiration, giving back takes what once hurt you and transforms it into something healing. Finally, turning pain into purpose requires commitment. Growth is not instant. Healing takes time, but the more you lean into your mission, the more you take action despite the pain, the stronger you become. One day you'll look back and realize that the very thing that once broke you became the foundation for your greatest success. Pain is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of something greater. Choose to use it, and you will find a purpose far beyond what you ever imagined.